The law of reciprocity. Have you heard of it? No, it's not a fundamental natural truth like gravity, nor are you going to go to jail for breaking it. But it has a wide range of practical applications, not only in filmmaking, but really in everyday life, especially these days. But just what is it? Well, we could probably point out examples for anyone in everyday life, but it's easier to just say the idiom, I scratch your back and you scratch mine. For some reason, just saying that felt dirty, like a corrupt politician. But the urge to return the favor is something that's deeply rooted within us. There's one important place in particular that it happens all the time: social media. While we all sometimes loathe social media, guilty, it's an unavoidable aspect of modern life. You will not find a larger, more readily available audience than sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. We don't have the luxury of avoiding it if we want to make something of ourselves. In case you haven't noticed, there's a few people that scratch our backs super often and hardly ever ask for anything in return. The guys over at Red Pen Media. This week, Brad was shooting some interviews as content for their YouTube channel, so we went to help out. And to leech some of their great idea for our channel. Brad is one of the owners of Red Pen Media, and he set this whole thing up. So we figured it was important to ask him what inspired him to shoot this.
So I think it's important to give new voices an outlet because we've all been there. Once we actually started the company and we had a sense of direction of what we wanted to do, part of our goal and what we represented was to be teachers, to be role models, to make corrections to people who weren't doing things right. You need to teach the generation coming up how to do what you're doing because you're gonna leave something behind, no matter what. Everyone can pick up a camera nowadays. There's, phones that are shooting 4K that people can easily access. But the only way we can separate ourselves is by working harder and by being better with the skills and the tools we have. So basically why I started wanting to do these kind of interviews and today was because I felt like we needed to create more content, first of all, to also learn more about you guys and learn more about what makes all of us tick and why we do what we do, and to also create content that we can all utilize for social media because we know how important social media is and we're all trying to do different things, but at the end of the day, we're all a collective.
Gene is a professional photographer I work with pretty frequently. He shoots weddings, sure, but he also shoots for accredited magazines. Not only that, but he is genuinely one of the nicest and most wholesome people I have ever met. And he's got somewhat of a unique view on life.
I think it's really hard to stay motivated for a long period of time unless you create a circle of people around you that will support you and will push you and motivate you and inspire you. Trying to achieve everything kind of leads to mediocrity. It's a sacrifice, sometimes you have to sacrifice yourself for some of these things. That balance is impossible. I think you have to be always on top of it. I feel like progress is happiness. It's kind of a little bit cheesy, but I think it's true to me. To me, I think cinematography and photography is very similar and very different at the same time. What I like in cinematography, for example, is that you can really express yourself and your emotion. There's more of you in it, I think, because you're really impacting what other person is seeing.
Ethan is a production specialist that works with us behind the scenes on most of our short films, like Hokey Pokey and Mummy. So it was nice to get him in front of the camera for a change.
Happiness is being able to cast aside expectations, typically of others, but also of yourself, and just doing what gives you that little warm, fuzzy feeling inside. It's better to try to be happy with your decision, or at the very least try to make yourself happy, than just try to do what you think you're supposed to do. If you hit 45 and you discover a love of entomology, is there an actual benefit to saying, I'm too old, so I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing instead of this thing I'm really passionate about? Do you gain something from telling yourself, no, it's too late, I missed my window? There's really just nothing to be gained. It's never too late because at the end of the day, time's running out. If not now, then when?
I am eternally grateful for all of these individuals. Every day I work with them, I learn something new about production and really just being a person in general. These interviews helped us all get to know each other on a more personal level. They always scratch our back numb, so this video is the least we could do. Remember the rule of reciprocation, so that next time I do something nice for you, you hook me up. See you next week. Stay creative.